So I thought I'd make a couple of cooking videos, some recipes that I've modified or come up with. I don't know if other people do these kinds of things, but this is for like relatively low fat. Some of the stuff I haven't been worried about fat content so much because I found that after the surgery now I'm eating more keto. It's not like I'm eating as much fat as someone on a full keto would, but I'm not too worried if I eat like 6 grams of fat in a serving of food over 5 grams, which is what they tell me, or like 5% or something. Anyway, whatever. So I'm going to make you guys some high protein tzatziki made with Greek yogurt. It's really simple. I have my stuff set out for us already. So what I use is I use My FitnessPal for making my recipes and tracking my food. And because of the way the program works, and when you make recipes, some of the measurements seem odd, so I'm going to show you what it looks like with cup measures and then what it looks like on a scale. So this recipe I managed to get for 1 ounce of tzatziki. It works out to 2.5 grams of protein, which is way better than the stuff that you can buy in the store. It is going to have a bit of a more tart flavor that I find compared to the store-bought ones, but it's still really good. And then I'm going to show you later what I like to mix it with. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to shred my cucumber first because it needs to have the water kind of allowed to sit out for a bit. So this recipe I'm using half of a whole long English cucumber. I'm just using the large side of the cheese grater for this. So I'm sure many people on the internet already know how to cook, but if there's some of you out there that aren't that handy in the kitchen, here you go. Best way to make your cucumber small for tzatziki. And because I just got my nails done, I'm going to leave this little chunk, a larger chunk at the end, so I don't end up with fake nails in my food. They recommend that I've never done this before, but adding a little salt to this will help it leach the water out while it sits. Alright, so that's done. Then what I do for my garlic is I only put 1 clove of garlic in my last batch that I made, and it was a larger one than this one, and it was very garlicky. I was quite surprised. So I'm just going to use a slightly smaller clove. After the dip had sat for a couple of days, I didn't find it as intense of a garlic flavor, but I'm just using a slightly smaller one. So I use like a rasp to make the garlic really small. This is going to be challenging with these friggin' nails. It's okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'm really fudging this one up. Almost there. My husband is filming this and he's laughing at me right now. Catus, there's nothing here for you. Hike it, brat. Alright. So these 2 little pieces are a bit hard, so I'm just going to scrape this off the back side. It doesn't look like a lot of garlic, but I find with rasping it like this, because you get such tiny pieces, it spreads out nicely throughout and you get more juices kind of in there, and yeah, it does well. Alright, Garlic always makes your skin a bit sticky. So I've got the 1 clove of garlic. I'm just going to double check my recipe. I've got my half cucumber. And I will grab a clean knife because I threw that other one in there. And I've got my lemon. So I squeezed a whole lemon into this last time. The recipe says 2 tablespoons. I'm kind of lazy. I don't always measure everything, especially in this case, like a bit of lemon juice is neither really here nor there as far as, we'll put that in the garbage later. The recipe as far as like nutrition content, it does add nutrition, but if I put in 2.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, I'm not gonna worry about it. I forgot to get out my little colander, so I use actually maybe I'll do this after. I'll show you. So the yogurt, it's about 2 cups, so I'm going to show you what that looks like, but the recipe, because of how My FitnessPal works, I weigh everything, and then once the recipe is complete, I can get a total weight, and then with the total weight, you can figure out how many portions you're going to get out of it. So this recipe is in grams, so I'm just going to change it to grams. So 1 cup, well, it was a little bit fuller than 1, but 268, but I need more. So I'm just showing you, if you don't have a scale, you can do, should be about 2 cups. Sometimes a stiffer spatula is better, but I wanted this one to do this. Let's see, so I'm looking for 556 grams. Was my last recipe. I'm a little shy, sorry. I'm just using the Kirkland brand of Greek yogurt. This is a 0% fat, but a 3/4 cup is 18 grams of protein, which is really good. So, sorry, it's because I'm trying to rush. I don't want this to be forever. Alright, looks pretty good. 556. Normally I'm not this clumsy, but I don't want to be taking it forever. As you can see, that was about 2 cups of Greek yogurt that you could use. 1 clove of garlic. I used a medium-ish lemon, small, medium lemon. And then I don't want any little bits of seeds, and pulp is fine, but whatever, I'm just doing this, so I'm just going to pour it through the sieve. And then I'm going to squeeze my cucumber out. So this is a bit time consuming and messy. I'm just going to squeeze little bits in my hand. Try to get out as much water as you can. And then after I make this, I'm just going to stop the video and I'm going to set up to make you guys high protein jello, which is great when you're in the soft food and pureed food stage and you need to get your protein in. A 1/2 cup portion has 15 grams of protein, which is really, really good. It's It's like a treat because it's chocolate. You can buy vanilla. Up here in Canada, there's not many options for the fat-free version of Jell-O. So I found that I ate mostly the chocolate because I'm a chocolate fan, but the vanilla is also very good. Okay, so salt and pepper to taste. I'm a bit of a pepper junkie, so put some in there. And then I have a bunch of different kinds of salt, but sometimes just your plain Jane table salt is good. So I'm going to start with a 1/4 teaspoon. So when I cook, I kind of look at that and I'm like, okay, I sprinkled it over this surface area. I've got this much stuff in the bowl. I don't think a 1/4 teaspoon is going to cut it for salt. And based on the last one I did, I already kind of know that's not going to work. So I'm personally going to start with 1/2 teaspoon. And then you're just going to mix it. Make sure you scrape the bottoms and the sides because that garlic clove right now is a good old mucky stir. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit and let the flavors marry together. Alright, so that's it for now, and then I'm going to clean and set up again, and I'm going to show you guys how I make the protein Jell-O. Okay, thank y'all.